All right, here's the situation. You want to go camping, you want to go backpacking, but you know what? Groceries are too darn expensive. So you know what? Let's get rid of the expensive stuff and let's get some of this. So this looks a little weird.
All of this right here, it doesn't look like traditional backpacking food, but it's actually really efficient and I've used it before and it's great. But here's the thing, you know, stuff like Mountain House meals, I love Mountain House meals, right? There's nothing easier really or better, you know, and it doesn't have to be Mountain House specifically, but you know what I mean. These boil in a bag, freeze-dried meals, they're great. All you do is you add water, you pack out your trash, that's it. But these things are freaking expensive. I mean, you're gonna get one at $10 minimum, and that's like on sale. So let's see what we got right here. This all together is $15. So essentially for a little bit more than one of these, we've got a lot of food here. And it may not look really cohesive, but let me show you how you can use some of this stuff to save some money and honestly have some great meals out there. Now, of course, you can add more, you can take more, you know, really, you don't have to have just specific backpacking food, right? You can have anything you can take with you. But here's the deal. If you really, truly want to do the most minimalist food for your entire trip, this is like $6, right? This is $2.50, this is like $3, so I guess $5.50 you get tax. Anyway, and you can eat this for every meal for an entire weekend excursion, right? This is breakfast, lunch, and dinner for Saturday. You know, I mean, really, you got like 2 whole days worth of, two and a half days worth of food here. It's not the most glamorous. It's not the most diverse in terms of flavors, but it'll get the job done. And you know what's great on top of this is you don't even need a stove. You don't need to cook anything, right? All you need is like a knife. You don't even need a knife. You just scoop it out with your fingers or whatever you want to. But look, this is an entire week's worth of food. It's $6, go backpacking, you know what I mean? Now, let's say we want to spice it up a little bit. This right here is rice, right? This is 1 container of rice. This is more than rice, excuse me. It's got like barley and stuff in it. Either way, these are microwavable rice pouches. You put them in the microwave, you can do it that way. But what you can also do is you can treat them just like a boil in a bag meal, kind of, right? So instead of pouring water into them, what you can do is boil your water on your stove and sit these in there and just let it warm up. You rip that open and you've got rice. And this is this is like, again, $2.50. Everything here except for the jerky is like $2.50, right? So what you can also do, these are just kind of little tips here. What you can do is if you've got some hot water and you really want some soup, but you don't want to carry soup, bouillon cubes. They're not super nutritional, right? These are 5 calories each, don't have much in them, but man, can they add a ton of flavor, right? So if you are, instead of going with a boil in a bag rice, you can do kind of rice-a-roni or some of those where you pour into your actual, let me scoot down here, or you can do rice-a-roni or something where you pour into your actual pot. You can mix it in with a bouillon cube and that just gives your rice so much flavor, right? And this is, again, $2.50 and you get how many? 25 of these, right? It's 10 cents a cube. That's a lot of flavor for a cheap price. Now, of course, this is the Kroger brand, not, I forgot who makes the other one, but either way, it's not better than bouillon, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, we're trying to save money here, right? So, get your rice dish, right? You can mix that with all sorts of stuff. I mean, heck, cook one of these bad boys, put you some rice in there, and there's your burrito, man. There's your rice and grain burrito. Now, jerky. Here's the thing. Most people, when they think of jerky, they think of, you know, quick snack. They think of, ooh, you know, protein for the trail, whatever. But here's the thing, and this one is, your results may vary on this one, but I've done it and it actually is pretty good. Back in the day, one of the, and when I mean back in the day, I mean, you know, 100, 200 years ago, dried meat was a great way to preserve food and also take it on the trail out in the woods with you. Now, the thing about dried beef is it's not exactly how we think of jerky today. It's similar, but it would be less flavored and it would be, the point of it was kind of to rehydrate it, right? So you would rehydrate your meat and you'd add it with stuff. You can do something similar with jerky. So let's take our little rice dish here. We got some rice, you know, we mix it in a little bouillon in there, pour that over, and you can kind of soak this in your water or put it on top of your steamed rice and it will soften up a bit, tear it up. Now, is it good? So you can do it, and it will taste like meat. It's fine. It is nice if you're, you know, if you're starving at the end of a long day hiking or whatever, and you really just want some more protein, some meat in there. It's great. Again, Are these super nutritionally packed macro-wise? Honestly, peanut butter is pretty good in that regard. The other stuff is fine. Of course, you can mix it up, but these are just cheap little things that you can add to your backpacking and camping repertoire that are cheap, they're easy, and I mean, they're lightweight, right? Like, look, this, again, this right here, get rid of your stove, that's all your food, right? That's an entire weekend worth of food. And you don't need a stove. I mean, that's you can't get much smaller than that. But, you know, you throw in a couple bouillon cubes, and also with the bouillon cubes, sometimes you just want some like chicken stock. They make veggie stock, they make all sorts of little bouillon cubes, and that is so good at the end of a long day. You know, you want something kind of to rehydrate you, because that's the thing, is it's not super nutritionally dense, but it's got a lot of sodium, and it's got that means a lot of electrolytes, and sometimes like hot electrolytes. Oh, it's so good at the end of the day. I cannot get this camera angle right. I'm like doing some squats. Anyway, so that was 5 backpacking food tips. These are just ones that I've used over the years. I'm sure you guys have all sorts of them, and I have way more too. So if you got any more that you'd like to share, just let me know about, put them in the comments. And if not, I'll share more of them soon. And I'll also show you how to cook a lot of these that I do. I'm gonna do some more backpacking food videos soon. But either way, I just wanted to share some of these because we're going backpacking soon, and I will be implementing some of these. Because hey, in this economy, 10 cents a cube, it's a lot of money. Anyway, see you guys out there. Oh yeah, thanks for watching, and like and subscribe and comment, and yeah, thanks.